Have you ever found yourself walking a little less these days, not because you don't want to move, but because your body says, not today? Maybe your knees feel stiff, or your balance isn't what it used to be. You head out the door with the best intentions, but halfway down the street, your energy fizzles out. If that sounds familiar, you're not alone. A lot of folks in their 60s, 70s, even 80s are feeling the same way. But here's the thing. Just because you're walking less doesn't mean you have to sit still and accept a slower, weaker version of yourself. There are other simple ways to stay strong, keep your independence, and feel good in your body every single day. And that's exactly what we're going to talk about. If walking has become more of a challenge than a joy, don't worry. There are 5 easy things you can start doing right now that can wake up your muscles, protect your balance, and even boost your mood, all without needing to walk a mile a day. These aren't fancy exercises or expensive routines. They're small, doable movements that fit right into your daily life. Let's dive into the first one. Start with something simple, standing up from a chair without using your hands. You might be surprised how powerful this is. We do it every day, getting up from the sofa, leaving the dinner table, getting out of bed. But many of us have started relying on our hands or even armrests to push ourselves up. That small shift means your leg muscles, especially your thighs and glutes, start to weaken over time. Here's the better way. Every time you sit down and stand up, try to do it without using your hands. Keep your feet flat, lean slightly forward, and use the power of your legs to lift. Start with 1 or 2 times a day and build from there. This one tiny change will strengthen the very muscles that keep you steady and prevent falls. And the best part? You're already doing this movement, you're just doing it more mindfully now. Let's talk about the second one, which might sound a little odd, but it works wonders. Balance on one foot while brushing your teeth. That's right. While you're brushing in the morning or at night, lift one foot slightly off the ground and try to hold that position. Even if it's just for 10 seconds, that's enough to challenge your balance system. If you need support, stand near the sink or wall so you can grab it if needed. But over time, your body learns to stabilize itself better. Why is this important? Because the better your balance, the less likely you are to trip or fall. It's like giving your body a little workout while doing something you already do every day. And it builds confidence. Knowing you're steady on your feet is a powerful feeling. Now, you might be wondering, what if my legs aren't strong enough to balance yet? That's perfectly okay. Start by just shifting your weight from side to side. Feel how your body adjusts. It's not about being perfect, it's about waking up the muscles and nerves that keep you upright. You're training your body to respond better, to feel more connected, more alive. The third thing you can try is one of my favorites because it's so gentle and relaxing: heel raises at the kitchen counter. When you're waiting for the kettle to boil or the microwave to finish, place your hands lightly on the counter, stand tall, and slowly rise onto your tiptoes. Hold for a second or 2, then lower back down. Repeat that a few times. This simple move strengthens your calves and ankles, key areas that help with balance and walking. And it also improves circulation in your lower legs, which can be a real help if you've been sitting more lately. Plus, it just feels good. That gentle lift gives you a sense of control and power that many people don't realize they've been missing. What I love about these little movements is they're not about pushing yourself harder, they're about getting smarter with your body. They're designed to meet you where you are. No gym, no equipment, no pressure. Just tiny, intentional shifts that, over time, add up to big improvements in how you move, how you feel, and how confident you are in your own body. You might notice something else, too. As you start doing these things regularly, standing up from a chair without your hands, balancing while brushing, lifting those heels, you start to carry yourself differently. Maybe your back is a little straighter. Maybe you don't reach for the wall quite as often. And maybe, just maybe, you start to feel like walking isn't so hard after all. It's not about replacing walking, it's about supporting it. If walking has become less frequent, these 5 things will help keep the parts of your body that walking depends on, your legs, ankles, balance, and coordination, strong and engaged. Think of it as maintenance for your mobility. like oiling the hinges so the door still swings open smoothly. And here's the best part, you don't have to carve out extra time in your day. These habits fit right into what you're already doing. Getting out of your chair, brushing your teeth, waiting in the kitchen, these are the little pockets of your day where movement can happen naturally and without stress. Remember, just because walking isn't what it used to be doesn't mean your movement has to stop. Your body is still capable, still resilient, still ready to work with you. You just need to meet it halfway, with compassion, with curiosity, and with a little creativity. Let's keep going, because there are still a couple more powerful ways to stay strong, steady, and mobile even if walking has taken a back seat. Watching and feel that these insights are meaningful. Please type number 2 in the comments to let me know you're still with me. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I warmly invite you to do so, and don't forget to turn on the bell, so you won't miss any of our upcoming videos designed to uplift, inform, and inspire. Your support truly means a lot. It's what keeps us going and allows us to continue sharing thoughtful, helpful content just for you. Now, let's continue this journey together. Maybe you've started doing a little less each day without even realizing it. One day you're walking 3 times around the block, and the next week, it's just once. And before you know it, you're sitting more, moving less, and wondering where that steady energy went. That doesn't mean something's wrong with you, it just means your body is asking for different kinds of attention now. And walking, while still great, might not be enough on its own anymore. Let's pick up where we left off, because the next thing that can truly transform how you feel every single day is something so simple yet incredibly powerful: strength. Now, I'm not talking about lifting big heavy weights like those gym folks in their 20s. I'm talking about using your own body, your arms, legs, core, to build the kind of strength that helps you stand up from a chair with ease, carry your groceries without thinking twice, and keep your posture tall and proud. Try this. The next time you're brushing your teeth, stand near the sink and do a few slow knee bends. Don't go low, just a gentle bend and rise. Or when you're sitting on the couch, use your arms less and stand up using your legs. These small things train your muscles to keep working. And believe me, muscles are like loyal friends. They'll show up for you if you give them a little attention every day. Think about the difference this makes. When your legs are strong, getting out of bed is easier. Climbing stairs doesn't feel like a mountain. Your balance improves. Your risk of falling? It drops dramatically. And best of all, you regain that sense of independence we all cherish. You don't have to rely on anyone to help you with things you used to do on your own. Now, let's talk about something that often gets overlooked: your upper body. A lot of us spend years carrying bags, holding babies, lifting boxes, and then suddenly, nothing. The arms just don't get used the same way anymore. But you can change that right at home. Grab 2 canned goods from your pantry, hold one in each hand, and gently curl them up toward your shoulders. Keep your elbows close. It's not about how heavy they are, it's about staying connected to your body. Even opening and closing your hands, squeezing a small ball, or pushing your palms together in front of your chest builds back strength. All of these actions wake up the muscles that support your joints, reduce stiffness, and even help prevent arthritis from getting worse. And here's the real gem: the stronger your arms and shoulders, the easier it is to catch yourself if you stumble. Think about that. A tiny bit of strength today could prevent a big injury tomorrow. That's the kind of investment worth making. But we can't just focus on strength without also bringing up something that plays an even more subtle but crucial role: your posture. As we age, our bodies start to hunch forward. Maybe it's from years of reading, working, or simply gravity doing its thing. But posture affects everything: how you breathe, how your organs function, even how confident you feel when you walk into a room. Start simple. Stand near a wall, gently press the back of your head, your shoulders, and your hips against it. Can you feel the alignment? Try to hold that feeling for a few seconds each day. It wakes up your spine and reminds your body how to stand tall. When your posture is upright, your lungs have more space to expand, your digestion improves, and you actually look and feel more energized. And don't underestimate the emotional impact of standing tall. There's pride in it. There's dignity. You show the world, and yourself, that you're still present, still capable, and still very much alive. Another thing to consider, breathing. Yes, breathing. It's something we do without thinking, but as we age, our breath tends to get shallower. Shallow breathing can lead to fatigue, tension, and even anxiety. But a few minutes of focused breathing each day can reset your whole system. Here's an easy one. Sit comfortably, close your eyes if you'd like, and slowly inhale through your nose to a count of 4. Hold for a second, then exhale through your mouth to a count of 6. Do this 5 times. That's it. It calms the nervous system, brings more oxygen to your cells, and gives your mind a moment of peace. Some folks even find that their balance improves after a few weeks of breathing exercises, because breathing well supports your core muscles, which help you stay steady on your feet. It's all connected. And speaking of connection, this might surprise you, but movement isn't just physical. It's emotional, too. When you feel stiff or tired, it's easy to withdraw, to say no to things you used to enjoy. But one of the most energizing things you can do is to stay engaged with people, with nature, with joy. That might look like dancing in your living room to a song you love, or spending 10 minutes tending to a few plants, or laughing with a friend over coffee. Every small act of engagement is a form of movement, of life. And life, no matter your age, is meant to be felt. You don't need to run marathons or spend hours at the gym. You just need to move with purpose. A few minutes here, a few stretches there. A walk today, some breathing tomorrow. Strengthen your legs. Lighten your posture. Air in your lungs. It's not about doing more than you can handle, it's about doing what matters. The kind of movement that keeps you living the life you want to live, not the life you're afraid you might lose. So, here we are. We've talked about how walking, while still good for you, may no longer be enough by itself. You've learned how strength, posture, breathing, and small daily movements can fill in the gaps. But there's one more thing we haven't fully talked about, motivation. Because let's be honest. Even if you know what to do, actually doing it, that's the real challenge. Especially when you're feeling tired, or a little stiff, or when it's raining outside, and the chair feels too comfortable to leave. So let's talk about that. Let's talk about how to stay motivated to move, even when walking less, even when things slow down, even when you don't always feel like it. 1. Shift your focus from exercise to independence. Here's the truth, most people don't like exercise. It sounds like a chore. But movement for independence? That's something different. That's meaningful. You don't do these movements to burn calories. You do them so you can get out of a chair easily. So you can dress yourself. So you can enjoy your garden, carry your groceries, or play with your grandchild on the floor, and get up without needing help. Remind yourself every day, I move not to look younger, but to live better. That's powerful. That's purpose. 2. Set tiny, achievable goals. You don't need a big fitness plan. You need tiny, doable wins that build your confidence. Instead of saying, I'll exercise for 30 minutes, start with, I'll march in place for 2 minutes before breakfast. I'll do 5 sit-to-stand moves during the news. I'll stretch my back while waiting for the kettle to boil. And then celebrate it. Say out loud, I did that. Because when you prove to yourself that you can, you're more likely to do it again tomorrow. You're not lazy. You just need the right kind of win. 3. Use the anchor trick. Want to make a movement stick? Anchor it to something you already do. For example, every time you brush your teeth, do some heel raises. Every time you boil water, stretch your arms up. Every time a commercial comes on, stand up and sit back down 3 times. Your day is full of little anchors. Attach movement to them, and suddenly it becomes automatic, just like brushing your teeth. 4. Make it social, even if you're alone. Movement is more fun when it's shared. Call a friend and say, let's each do 5 minutes of movement and call each other after. Or join an online group for seniors who share gentle movement ideas. Even commenting on a YouTube video like this one can give you that little boost that says, you're not doing this alone. If you have a partner at home, say, let's stand tall together for a minute after lunch. Turn it into a routine, a ritual, a connection. Because movement, just like joy, multiplies when it's shared. 5. Listen to your body, but don't always believe it. Your body might say, let's rest today. And sometimes, it's right. Rest is good. But sometimes, it's fear talking. It's habit. It's comfort disguised as safety. So check in with yourself and ask, am I tired or just unmotivated? Will I feel better or worse after 5 minutes of moving? 9 times out of 10, you'll feel better. And remember, you don't have to wait until you feel like it. Just start. Often, action creates motivation, not the other way around. Now before we end this, let's look ahead, into your next week, your next month, your next year. Imagine waking up and your knees don't ache quite so much. You get out of bed with ease. You reach for something on a shelf and it doesn't feel like a stretch. You walk confidently into the world, not because your body is what it once was, but because it's strong, capable, and supported. That version of you? It doesn't require a gym membership. It doesn't require fancy equipment. It doesn't even require a lot of time. It just requires you to care for your body a little more intentionally. And whether you're 60, 70, 80, or beyond, it's never too late to feel more alive, more mobile, and more in control. So if walking is getting harder, if it's less frequent, or if your joints just aren't what they used to be, don't give up. Try this instead. Strengthen your legs. Wake up your arms. Stand tall. Breathe deeply. Move often, but gently. And above all, do it with kindness. You've lived decades of life. You've earned the right to feel good in your own skin. And with just a few small shifts each day, you absolutely can. White heavy check mark if this inspired you. Don't keep it to yourself. Share it with a friend. Comment below with what you're going to try first. Or simply type, I'm still moving, to remind yourself that you're not done yet. Your journey isn't over. Your body isn't broken. It just needs you to show up, gently and consistently. Because aging well isn't about fighting time. It's about working with it. And with the right movement, yes, even after 60 or 70 or 80, your best days may still be ahead. Thank you for spending time with us today. We'd love to hear your thoughts. Leave a comment below and share one thing you learned from this video and how you plan to apply it in your life. Your insights mean a lot to us and give us the motivation to keep spreading positivity and practical advice. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with someone you care about. Your support truly helps us continue creating meaningful content that informs, inspires, and uplifts. Thanks for watching, and we look forward to seeing you in the next video.